Hello everybody and welcome back to Terrafirmacraft Reditus 2. I'm SGM. This is an episode where we go for our bronze anvil. Now I did make up a bronze ingot in the last episode there just to give it a test. I have it here actually. I heated it up to working temperature and then I threw it on the copper anvil that I made, and I wasn't able to actually work the anvil, or work the bronze on the copper anvil. So if we it doesn't even have to be heated up, you can just throw it on there and it'll tell you down here the anvil is too low tier, so you can't work the higher tier things, you can just weld them together on the lower tier anvil. So I'm actually kind of interested to see if I'd be able to weld bronze on a stone anvil, but something tells me that won't be possible. But at any rate, I need to get 13 more ingots of bronze so that I can get my bronze anvil, so that I can actually use the anvil for making my tools, or the next tools, because see, my pick is almost down half now. My prospecting picks is starting to get down, and I imagine that if I get into doing some more wood for my house there, that'll start going down too. So crops are coming along nicely. So yes, the barley here is ready to go, and this one's ready to go as well. So we just harvested up. Hey, we're getting 3 barley per now. That's pretty nice. And only 1 out of that one. That's not so nice, but random is as random does, I guess. I will show you. So I have a copper vein over there, and I actually had to do the same thing as the copper vein over there. I went over there, I used my prospecting pick around, couldn't find anything on the surface, so eventually had to dig down, started finding it, dug down a little bit more because I was trying to see if I could set up a tutorial for using the prospector's pick a little bit, but I ran into another cave and the copper was exposed in the cave, so that kind of made all that a little bit moot point. But yeah, I started here, like I couldn't find anything up here. There is actually nothing of interest here, and if we go over a little bit this way, we find some thorium. Thorionite, which I assume is thorium. There should be a sample around here somewhere, but no, that's stibnite, so not sure where the antimony is. It's probably down a little bit further, but I'll just take you down my mine and we'll go over what I did down here. So I got down to here, and then I landed on this rock here, so then I did the same thing, dropped some dirt down in there so I could jump down in there. Came down in here, got attacked by a spider right away, then started lighting up a little bit of this cave, and then ran into a skeleton around the corner there, so almost died. Luckily it got away without it, but yeah, the copper started in here, so I put up this brace here. Started digging in this way, so I dug in the 5, put up that brace there, then dug my way in here, did a dig this way, so I kind of got a pattern going on, zigzagging through the vein that was here. So there's some here, I imagine there's some more there, and I think the rest of it's going to be a little bit down further, so I might dig down from here even more to get to the ones below it, and then I can remove, well, I don't want to remove this brace for sure, because I don't want any of this caving in, because then that kind of kills my way out. So I ended up with, I only wanted to get 2 stacks, ended up going over a little bit. That's fine. Ended up being a poor sample again, as you see there, so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's no crying in baseball, as they say, so we won't cry about it. So I should have all of the things I need, and I opened up the episode on that bronze page again, just so I see 50 to 65 copper, 20 to 30 zinc, 10 to 20 bismuth. We need 1,300 more units of bronze. So if we just do the math, I figured it out already. We need somewhere between 845 or between 650 and 845 copper, between 260 and 390 sphalerite, and between 130 and 260 of bismuthite. And all I have to do now is to go into my chest, pull out all of my samples that I have here, and the trickiest thing that's going to be is that I only have the 4 squares to work with, right, in the vessel. So one has got to be copper, one has got to be zinc, and one has got to be bismuth, and then I only have one extra to play with to top things off to hopefully end up exactly on 1,300. If worse comes to worse, I can just calculate up to the next 100 or to another 200 if I need to, and just make extra ingots. That's not going to be a problem, because once we have the bronze anvil, we'll be able to work the bronze ingots on it and make our tool heads. So let me get all of that mathed out, and we'll see you when I have it figured out. Oh, I guess the other thing I just realized here is a stack of poor copper only gives me 480. So 2 of my stacks have to be copper in order to get to 1,300 in one go. I could do 2 vessels with, say, like, 700 in each, and then, or 800 in each, and then, there we go. I've got a good amount. So once I said, I'll do the off-camera math, and we'll be back to go over it. All right, everybody. I was almost there to get it all into one vessel, but I couldn't quite. So the way I got it figured out is if I put 480 plus 240, that's 720 copper, then 325 zinc, and 255 bismuth. This gives me my 1,300 that I need to make the anvil. And then in a second vessel, because this isn't quite going to fit, because this 17 would stack to 33 with that 16, and I would need a third slot for copper, which doesn't quite work out, and there's no need to drop it down one anyways, because I'm going to be putting two vessels into a pit kiln, so that's fine anyways. But so this 255 copper plus 100 zinc plus 45 bismuth will get me 4 extra ingots of bronze that I can use to start to have ready to go for extra tools later. I am limited on my bismuth, because after that I'm only down to 20 small units of bismuthite there. So I thought I could get up to 500 in this vessel, but I just can't quite get there. The ratios just won't work with what I have to work with here. So that is what it is. Let's grab our second small vessel. We'll get these loaded up, and we'll get our pit kilns going. So I've got a couple extra slots. Do I want to make more molds? And the answer might be yes, but I've got a sword one here. I might make a mace one as well, because apparently skeletons are immune to piercing damage, and the swords do piercing damage, obviously, so that they'd be pretty ineffective against skeletons. But I'm not quite 1,000% sure on all the combat in the pack, so because I've been focusing so much on the tech side to date, so I'll probably just leave well enough alone for now. And let's maybe make, because I want to be working it on the anvil. I don't want to be wasting my molds here until I really need to. So if I'll have the molds if I need to get them in an emergency, like say my anvil breaks for some odd reason. I don't know that they have durability, but maybe they do. Not 100% sure on it. We'll figure that out as we go, but I want to try working something on the anvil anyways and get that mini game figured out, because it saves on doing the molds every time, because the molds will always break for your tools, but they don't break when you use them for your ingots. So we will get our pit kiln going, and I will be back when that is all cooked up. Actually, I don't even think I need to do that. You guys have seen it, so what I'll do is we'll just, as long as I don't run into any derpage on my math that are there, we should have 13 plus 1 to 14 ingots. I'll put them together on the anvil with the flux that I got, and I'll have a bronze anvil hopefully for the beginning of the next episode for the anvil tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed. Give the thumbs up if you did, and leave comments if I'm missing something obvious or not so obvious. I appreciate it, because I'm trying to learn this as I teach it, which is kind of always a little bit hit or miss, I guess. Hope you all are having a good one, and we will see you in the next one.